Hi everybody, Katie Cameron here with Katie's Midlife Vlog channel. So I'm taking you on a dash run tonight. Yay! So I started a little late tonight, but I'm going to try to go more earlier in the day because it seems like it's getting busier during the day, more so than at night, especially during the week, and I need to make my rent money. I have to make $13.05 by September 3rd, and if you're not all aware, my birthday is September 7th, and I'll be 53 this year. Getting old, it's a privilege, y'all. I'm thinking I got an order. Okay, so I got an order for Wingstop for $8.10 for 8.6 miles. It's going south, thank goodness, because I'm getting tired of dashing out of my zone, like getting orders in my zone and then going out of my zone, because it just takes longer to get to that next order, and then I make less money that way. So I'm happy when they keep me in my zone. So what I mean by zone, to those of you who are new to DoorDash, zone means it's just the areas that you selected in your cluster of cities that you live nearby. Like for me, it's Eagan, Apple Valley, Burnsville, Lakeville, Farmington. That's my zone. And then above me, there's Bloomington and Edina, and then St. Paul, and then there's Minneapolis and Uptown, and then St. Louis Park, and then there's Shakopee, and then there's, those are other zones of their own. Now my zone is really big. It's Dakota County, and they do pay a lot. They pay higher tips. That's why I like working in my zone. Anyways, I'm starting to do more dash videos, which is awesome. I did one last night, but maybe this one will take you on a little bit longer, because I'm going to dash from 8 until 1 a.m. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So that's about 5 hours. I might do 2 a.m. just depending on how busy it gets. They did say that it was 1 to 6 minute wait, but I like how this looks now, instead of, because I had it before like slanted because I thought you guys wouldn't see me, but I like this better, so because you can kind of see more of my background where I'm driving from. But anyways, so how y'all doing? If you can, like and subscribe. I only have 24 subscribers, and I've been getting discouraged because I haven't been I've been on here for a month, and my subscriber list hasn't grown. In fact, somebody had bumped me up to 25, and then they unsubscribed, and that makes things worse for me because it takes me out of the algorithms. And please don't do that. Especially since I only have 24 subscribers. Come on now. And when you do subscribe, you're not forced to watch my videos. You don't have to watch my videos. You're just helping a small channel grow. And I'm trying to be as nice as I can about it, but maybe I just need to also put my videos on other platforms too, like TikTok and Instagram. And I think I'm going to make another channel on Instagram, another Instagram page, and I think I might also add some of my videos on my Facebook pages too, because that's where a lot of my traffic is on Facebook, and also on Instagram. I'm now up to like 400 something followers, because I follow people every day, and then I get more followers that way. So I'm kind of new to the public world as far as YouTube and TikTok, and putting myself out there like this. So stuff. Oh, bummer. I thought it was going south, but it's actually going east towards...
Turn left onto Denmark Avenue, then turn right
towards Inver Grove Heights. And I did a playback yesterday of my DoorDash video, and it seems like I may have to bring my microphone with me, because at times I could barely hear myself talk. Mostly because the roads were kind of loud and making it hard for people to hear me. But I still could hear myself, but I was also in my bedroom with my fan on blast, and so I can't hear videos hardly at all anyways, even if they're of substantial volume. I'm drinking some cold iced tea in my mug here, and I brought from home.
Turn right onto Yankee Doodle Road, County Road 28.
I'm trying not to spend money on frivolous things like, you know, a can of pop or
Continue for 2 miles.
you know, buying any drinks while I'm dashing, because most of the time you can just ask the merchant too, can I get a drink? And they'll give you a free drink anyway. So that's just a frivolous purchase I don't need, especially when I'm dashing. Oh, and I got my oil topped off today. I feel really accomplished with that. I like that I'm taking care of my car. I mean, my car's my office, really. Why would I not take care of my car? The only thing is I need to clean it out, and I'll show a video of that. Anyways, oh boy, they had some strong spice in there in Wingstop. Whatever kind of wings they got, it's strong because it's hitting my throat. Ooh. I have to use my car spray. Really good stuff at the dollar store, car spray. This is not a sponsor, but it really does the trick. Sometimes you will need that if you're dashing full time and you don't want your car to smell like food. And you will have to vacuum your car more often because you'll get crumbles of food and crumbs everywhere. And I found myself having to vacuum my car a lot more than I ever cared to, want to. Obviously, like I said, my car is my office. Okay, so one thing that's been on my mind, and sometimes when I'm dashing, I like to think of things that are on my mind and maybe put them on my YouTube channel. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is today, especially, that probably needs to be, you know, having some attention to. And I will also put this on another split video, on another separate video, so y'all can hear that as my main point of thought today. Is I don't understand how some people can be very upset, and this is some of the people that I had to deal with before, that I dealt with before as so-called friends.
In a half mile, turn right onto Jefferson Trail West.
That would get upset with me because I'd have something in common with them, and try to accuse me of being a wannabe and trying to steal ideas off of them. Now, how many people have done this to me is beyond. Knowing how unique I am, knowing how much I embraced my uniqueness throughout my life since I was 10 years old.
Turn right onto Jefferson Trail West, Minnesota 149.
And, you know, it saddens me that so many people would try to put me in that category of being a copycat and a wannabe just because I have a few things in common with them. And so what if I like something?
Continue for 2 miles.
It doesn't mean I'm trying to be them. It doesn't mean I'm trying to copycat them, you know? And I've always given credit to anybody when I do copy, and that I have been inspired by, you know? And I've seen them be inspired by other people too, but, you know, they don't make a big stink about that. You know, it's just the fact that I was around people that made a big stink about me and my ideas and where my ideas came from and how unique I am and how, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't understand how people can make such a big deal out of me and my ideas, knowing that I always gave credit to people when I would copy or be inspired by them. And most of the time I had my own ideas. Most of the time, you know, and half the time I'd have my own ideas, and half the time I'd be inspired and copying. All artists copy, and I would always admit that. But there'd be people around me that would just make such a big deal out of it and call me a copycat, and, you know, a narcissist, and all that crazy crap. And, you know, it to the point where these were my former friends, by the way. to the point where I had to ask like multiple therapists, am I a narcissist? Am I a narcissist? Because more than one person has accused me of being a narcissist.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Robert Trail South.
And it's sad because I went through so much social trauma in my 40s. Well, I went through it off and on since my back brace days. People just making a big freaking stink out of me and my uniqueness and me as an individual and me as a person. And it's like I wouldn't even do nothing to them, you know? Like take for instance my former friend who was also an artist.
In a half mile, turn right onto Robert Trail South.
Making a big stink about me doing the shows, art shows that she has done before. Well, I've already been wanting to do those shows before her, you know, and making it seem like I'm doing her wrong. You know, plenty of artists that don't like me have done shows I wanted to do before me. You know what I mean?
Turn right onto Robert Trail South, Minnesota 3.
And I'm not trying to do do her any harm. I'm just living my life. If I want to do an art show that she's done before, damn it, I'll do an art show that she's done before. She's done art shows that I've done before, you know? So it's just like other artists have done that before too. So it's like, why would me and my ideas be a threat?
Continue for 1.5 miles.
Why would me and my ideas be a threat to other people? Is it because they're scared that I'm going to go further than them? You know, is it because they don't want me to have anything in common with them? Is it because they already don't like me and they just wanted to make an excuse not to like me? I think that's the real reason, you know? And it's jealousy. Straight up jealousy. If I'm jealous of somebody, if I ever get jealous of somebody, and we all do from time to time, I would be like, how can I do that? And I would try to accomplish it, you know? I wouldn't sit there and bitch and moan and talk about how they're harming me, they're doing me harm, they're trying to be me, they're trying to, you know, because I do plenty of shows that aren't their shows, you know, and art shows are free for all. They're not gatekeeping, you know. If my former friend did the same art show that I'm going to be doing, you know, it's not her art show. It's the city's art show, you know. As long as she's not
In a half mile, turn left onto Cliff Road.
the board of that art show, she has no say in whether or not I do those art shows, you know. And if she thinks I'm doing her wrong, well, that's her problem, not mine. That's not my intention, because I've been wanting to do this particular art show since 2012, and I just haven't had the right time to do a lot of art shows.
Turn left onto Cliff Road, County Route 32. Then turn right.
Because of my health issues. You know, I took a break and, you know, did only every couple of years, and it's a big art show, so I wanted to make sure I was prepared for it. And they've been wanting me to be aboard their show since 2012, so.
Turn right onto Weston Hills Drive. Then turn left.
I just don't understand it. She's not the only one that's done that to me. I've had plenty of former friends that have accused me of copying them and trying to be them when I wasn't.
Turn left onto Opening Way.
I think a lot of it was jealousy. They were jealous that I was doing what they wanted to do, so they were...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Avery Drive.
So they were like, you know, I'm going to accuse her of copying me and trying to be me, so she doesn't. It's just sad. But never stopped me. I'm still doing what I want anyway, just without them. Okay, so I'm going towards south where I like to go. It'll keep me in my zone, because I think I start out in Egan, which is kind of at the top of my zone. That's why it takes me to places outside of my zone. So I'm going a little bit more south so that way I can stay in my zone and make more money. Because that's what happens when you get taken out of your zone. Then you end up in a different zone, and then if you want to go back to your zone, it's a longer drive, and it takes you longer to make that next order. So I'm going to Rosemont, But I'm gonna eventually end up in Apple Valley, probably Lakeville area, around that time, around that zone, and I'll make more money. I'd like to stay in Apple Valley, Farmington area, because I do make more money that way. And Eagan is nice too. Eagan is where I get more of like the $6 an hour for 2 miles, 3 miles, if I'm doing it in my city. Oh gosh. There's a semi behind, in front of us. It's going like 5 miles an hour, 55. I feel bad for them though, because they always kind of get the shaft for, you know, having a slow vehicle, really. Trucks are not the most speediest things to drive, right? But anyway, y'all, thank you for letting me vent on that last video clip. It's just, I know I've had a problem since my early 20s. Well, actually, since my teenage years, and people trying to accuse me of being a copycat when they're doing it to me. You know, and trying to be them, to try and stop me from accomplishing my ideas. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse over time. And the only one that's really doing it to me now is nobody, because I got rid of everybody. I got rid of everybody that was trying to stop me from accomplishing my goals. And that's basically the gist of it all, is if, you know, if there's people out there that are trying to make you out to be somebody that you're not, and they're trying to accuse you of things that you're not, you just get rid of them. Because all they are is jealous, and they're trying to make you feel bad for doing what you want to do. And because they want to do it too, and they don't want to have that thing in common with you, because they got to meet Mr. and Mrs. Originality. They just don't.
In a half mile, enter the roundabout and take a second exit onto South Robert Trail.
They don't want to admit that they were inspired by me. That's all it is. It's just pure ego. You know what I mean? It's just pure ego. Well, pretty moon behind the tree, behind the clouds. I just had to take a video of that and a picture. Okay, finally got an order at $6.10 for 1.7 miles.
In 400 feet, turn right.
I'll take it.
Turn right.
It's slow tonight, but that's typical for Tuesday night.
In 300 feet, turn left.
Oops. Sorry.
Turn left. Then turn left.
Nope, I just
15073 Canada Avenue West is on the right.
Cool car. I don't know what car this is, but it's cool. Let's see if there's the front view. Gosh, that's so pretty. Ow! It's not a full moon, but you know. So tonight is actually really slow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start dashing earlier in the day and stop sleeping all day and doing it at night, because I think that's where the money is on the slow days, is doing it during the day. It's like starting from lunch hour on. So I'm going to do that tomorrow after my doctor's appointment. I have a dietitian appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m. so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's going to give me some healthy tips to eat better. So looking forward to that. Maybe a short dash video, because I'll be lucky if I probably get $100 tonight by 1 a.m. I'll be shocked if I do. It's Monday night, and it's the week before school starts. A couple weeks before school starts. So in some places school has already started, but not here in Minneapolis. Not here in Minnesota. School doesn't start until after Labor Day. That's I just got an order for $6.10 for 5.9 miles, I think, for Tops Pizza. Never been there before. I think I've been there once before, maybe. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to Lakeville now, actually, which is nice. I'm going south. More south. I may end up at my mom's tonight. She has a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock at night anyways, and she's not going to be home until 9, so I might end up spending the night at her house tonight. I have to go to a doctor's appointment at 10 a.m. in the morning anyways, so I might just end up spending the night there. But she's got a bunch of doctor's appointments coming up this week anyways, and I can't really talk about it on YouTube, but it's kind of a scary thing she's going through, but she'll make it through. I hope so. I keep praying for her every day. But
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Diamond Path.
it's rough when you have elder parents and you love them so much and you don't want them to go. You don't want them to leave the earth. I already lost my dad last year, and that was kind of sad.
Turn left onto Diamond Path, County Route 33.
I miss him more every day than I did when he first passed away. You know, and I had to work through my issues with him after he left. And funny, I had a strange dream about him last night. It was weird, but I think it was one of those just freaky dreams. He was saying to everybody, "My daughter, the biggest loser in the world." Like, what the hell? That doesn't sound like my dad.
In a half mile, turn right onto County Route 42.
I don't know why I had that dream, but I think it's just because I've been watching too many crime shows. Too many 48 hours. Oh God. Well, 666 is a good thing. It's a good angel number. Maybe that'll bring me good luck.
Service. How's the drive? Fantastic. Sammy drives so fast. Life is short. Drive fast, leave a sexy corpse. That's why.